Alright, well, let's get this party started. I'm 2 miles west of Union Grove, Wisconsin, at the trailhead of the eastern segment of the White River State Trail on Vandenboom Road. I'm going to ride this trail out to Highway 36, the Burlington bypass. I showed a different video of how you connect the eastern and the western segment of this trail by going through the town of Burlington. In this video, I'm going to take the bypass around the town of Burlington, and they're both going to lead to the same place out on Spring Valley Road, but we'll see which one of these routes is easier and which is quicker. I'm going to try and ride this all the way out to Elkhorn, which should make this about 46 miles round trip. So I've tried to take every advantage I can. It's going to be the longest ride of the year. I got plenty of Gatorade. I got my hard-soled riding shoes. I got my padded shorts on. So we'll see if I can make it all the way to Elkhorn and back, but it will at least make it to the part where I can show you how that bypass works. So you can bypass the entire city of Burlington, so you hit no traffic and stay on that bypass route and get to the other segment of the trail. Alright, I'm 5.2 miles into my ride. I'm at the place where the trail goes underneath this road here. I don't know the official name of this road. Everybody here just calls it the Burlington bypass. I don't know if it has a name. It's just a 4-lane bypass road that goes around the town of Burlington and has entire car width. So I'm going to leave the trail that I've been riding on, and I'm going to skip this, which takes you into the town of Burlington and through. I've already shown that bypass route in a different video. I'm going to go up onto this bypass and just ride that direction, because I know it also connects with the western segment of the White River Trail, and I think it's going to be a lot easier a ride. There's obviously going to be more car noise, but there's actually probably going to be less traffic because this is not a very well-used route. Alright, I'm now at mile 9.6, and that right there is my target. That's the trailhead to the western trailhead of the western segment of the White River State Trail. That sign right back there says Spring Valley Road, and the sign just beyond that says you just entered into Walworth County. So this overpass here is Spring Valley Road. I guess the most direct route to get to that trailhead would be to just to walk across the street and walk up that embankment. There's no fences or anything. This is just a state highway. But we've had problems with ticks this year, so I'm going to continue on. I know about a half a mile down this road is an exit that brings me back here to Spring Valley Road. That'll then let me cross over and get directly to the trailhead. I'm at 9.6 miles right now. We'll see what I'm at when I get actually to the trailhead and see if that distance was worth skipping that walk right there, because that walk's only 150 yards. Well, it turned out to be a lot farther than I thought it was. It was 1.7 miles to get from there to here. I don't know that that was worth it. If you're in a hurry, I'd just walk it. But as you can hear from the constant din of noise on the road here, that bypass road is a lot less traffic than these city streets. That's one of them roads that they can't really figure out why they built. When you're looking at it now, there are no cars going on that 4-lane bypass. Cars going behind me non-stop. But here I am at the trailhead of the western segment of the White River Trail. I'm going to turn my light off before I forget to. The thing you got to keep in mind is, in Wisconsin, driving drunk is the next best thing to legal. If a drunk runs you over, they'll get a slap on the wrist. It comes with a case of beer to ease the pain, so do everything you can to make yourself visible. Now from here on out, it's a pretty straightforward ride. 13 miles down that trail is the city of Elkhorn. I'm going to try and get there and back, which should put me at almost 50 miles round trip. We'll see how far I can make it. Now here's the first town you come across going west on this trail. It's essentially at the milepost 9 in the trail, the town of Lyons. It's one of them places that used to be something before the railroads went away, but I like that little grocery store, so I'm going to stop in there and buy some Cliff Bars. It's a nice little restaurant down there called Ye Old Hotel. The trail just cuts right through the center of town on the old rail bed. These are my favorite benches on this trail, so a shout out to the White River Cycle Club and Boy Scout Troop 243 out of Elkhorn. We're at the top of the geological feature called the Alpine Valley. It stretches on for miles. This isn't the high point on the trail, but it's very close. And it's got a really nice scenic overlook. Out into the actual valley itself. I just passed milepost 4. It counts down into Elkhorn, so I guess it's about 3.7 miles from this bench to my turnaround point. And here we are. This is the western trailhead, just outside, or actually in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. It was, from where the car is sitting, 23.0, right on the money. It just turned 23, just as I was coming down that last 100 feet of trail. So we'll see. On the way back, I think I'm going to try the route through Burlington. We'll see which one's shorter. It took 23 to get here, coming on the bypass route around Burlington. We'll see what it takes to get back to the car, taking the route through Burlington, and whether that's shorter or longer. The bypass route was certainly more convenient. We'll see if it's shorter. Alright, I'm back at the trailhead, the western section of this trail. What I did not know when I started out this adventure is that there was this nice graveled field path leading down to this cornfield and right out to that bypass route that I came in on. All you really have to do is cross that ditch and you're here. So next time, that's the way I'm going to come instead of going down the road and around, because that was an extra 1.7 miles. In the end, I'm going to take 1.7 off of my total to see how far that was. I think it was 5.3, so it's about 3.6 on the bypass route. I'm going to go the town route now. I'm at 34.7 on the odometer. I'm going to go to the town route and see how far it takes me to get back to where I crossed up onto that bypass. I've ridden this a handful of times. I'm pretty sure it's almost 5 miles through town. See you back at the crossover point. Alright, I'm at mile 37.5. So clearly that bypass route is going to be shorter. And it may be faster and dead flat and devoid of traffic, but what it does not have is Adrian's frozen custard, which I think I can make a convincing argument is some of the best food in the state of Wisconsin, bar none. So you might consider going this route just to take a stop here. Here's my small slice of heaven, and then 6 miles left to home. Alright, I'm back at the place where I started, where I crossed over up onto this bypass earlier. Depending on the route you take, that's either 3.6 if you cut through the farmer's field at the end, or 5.3 if you don't. Coming the other way through Burlington was 6 miles exactly, right on the money. You have the advantage of Adrian's custard, but it is, depending on the route you take, it's several miles longer. And man, it's rough. It's rough. That bypass is smooth as glass. Streets and sidewalk in Burlington are a little rough, so pick your poison. Well, obviously there's something wrong with my Jethro Clampett style ciphering skills, because I thought that route through Burlington was quite a bit longer, according to my calculations. But according to that odometer, the trip back was 1/10 of a mile shorter than the trip out. So I'll have to go back and review the actual odometer readings to see where I made a mistake. But it was 45.9 out and back. So I guess the route through town is maybe a toss-up, but the bypass was definitely a lot smoother and a lot more direct.